Hello, welcome back for another edition of our UNC Volleyball Coaches Show. We are on the road at a hotel right now in Missoula, Montana, as we start our conference season tonight. So we are doing our Coaches Show from far away. And with me today is Jaden McCartney, our new Director of Operations. So because she's our only new one to staff, we're going to just share a little bit of your story and ask you a few questions. So the rest of our staff is returning. So PEIU, our associate head coach, has been with us since 2019. And Janae McDonald is going on her fourth year. And she trains our outsides and our serve receive. PE trains our middle blockers, well, I should say all blocking, and then our defense this year. And then we still have John Forrester, who's going on 15 seasons with us as a volunteer assistant, or just unpaid. We pay him through T-shirts, but he has been with us a long time and does a little bit of everything. And then even our support staff that's with us on the road and year-round have been with us a while now. So Haley McNee is our athletic trainer and is going on kind of between 3 and 4 years. With that COVID time, everything's always a little fuzzy, which includes your story. Yeah. And then Payne Kessler is our strength coach. And so he's going on kind of between year 4 and 5 with volleyball. He's been at UNC longer than that, but taking over our sport after Jimmy Edel. So the only new one to our staff this year is Jaden. So not new face, though, for you guys that have followed UNC volleyball from her playing career. So tell us a little bit. We'll kind of jump to after your playing career. What have you been doing since taking this job July 1?
So I graduated in December of 21, and I actually got a teaching job in January. So that's kind of unique, but I took over a classroom mid-year, and I taught second grade at Highland Elementary. And then I taught for 2.5 years, technically, before I got this job. So I taught second grade for 1.5 years, and then first grade for a year after that. So.
Yes. So your dream, even when you committed to UNC, was to be a teacher. Yes. Part of the reason you chose UNC is because we are a great teachers school. Mm-hmm. So what made you shift from kind of a long-time dream of elementary teacher to a complete career shift to college students?
Yeah, I will say teaching was different than like I thought, right? Like college is so much different than actually being in a classroom with a bunch of 26, little children. But super rewarding and super fun. Kids are awesome and they're very honest, which I appreciate about them. Lindsay texted me about this opportunity and I just was super excited to help the athletes. I just think about all the resources I had when I played at UNC and everyone that helped me, and I just wanted to give back to athletes and help in any way that I could. So that opportunity really excited me.
Yeah, very cool. And you've stayed involved with volleyball since. Yes. I think that was one of the things that we liked about you in the process is, you've been coaching and involved with recruiting on another side with the club time. So tell us a little bit about that.
I coached at Norco for 6 years, I think it was, and actually Loveland Volleyball Club before that. I coached my entire career at UNC, and then I coached at Skyline this past season. So something I'll miss, but something I can maybe get back into. I love coaching and volleyball. I watch a ton of matches, every match, like every night. And so it's been fun to see the other side of that too, and kind of helping these guys with recruiting and just hey, I know this kid. So that's a fun in that I have as well. But yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the similarities between teaching and what you're doing now in a director of ops role, because there's some differences, obviously, right. 7-year-olds to college kids, but there are some similarities with your role, especially.
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like a mom in both roles, kind of. So even though they're college kids, I'm helping them out. They ask me a ton of questions, and I'm able to answer those, and I love doing that. Just keeping track of everybody, that's a big thing, right? Making sure everybody has their meals and, they're on schedule. That's something you do in teaching as well. And I think I can help teach these girls as well, just little life lessons or about leadership or tell them stories about when I played. So those are some things that are similarities, I'd say.
Yeah. I would say one of the other similarities is organization is a crucial aspect of both roles. Yes. If you're unorganized as a teacher, it's going to show up in the classroom and the kids feed off of that and it's probably total chaos.
I would agree with that.
Organization is probably the biggest quality needed in this role.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. What have been the biggest differences, like in your schedule, in all of it?
Yeah, I would say the biggest difference is my schedule. I was laughing the other day because I was hungry at 3:30, and I was like, oh, usually I'm done with school and I'm able to get a snack. So that is the biggest thing. Is just not as early of mornings. I would say later nights, and so just getting used to that schedule. I guess the other difference, I don't know.
No more summers and weekends.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, just the schedule is so different. Yeah, and that's something that I've had to get used to. But otherwise, like I would say, age difference is a lot different, but I feel like I'm dealing with some of the same things, which is fun. So
it is. They're in a new stage of life at college, just like your elementary kids were. So fun. Well, let's go back a little bit then about your playing career, why you chose UNC, what do you love about Greeley? Tell us kind of your highlights of your 4 years playing.
Oh, okay. That was fun. I came in from a small town, and so that, Greeley really excited me. I had a great career. I just had, the teammates and the family atmosphere was really helpful, and I really enjoyed being around those people. The support staff at UNC is truly special, and I felt always like welcome and loved. And I just loved being there, I guess. I was so excited. And I saw court time really early on in my career, and so that was really exciting for me. I dealt with a lot of injuries, which was not super fun, and that kind of ended my career, and so that was hard mentally, but I would say I grew up as a person so much, and I learned tons of life lessons throughout my career here, which has gotten me to this point. Like, I'm more vulnerable, like I'm able to speak for myself. Those are two things that I think I learned as a student athlete in Greeley. I also just love the closeness of all the different teams. We were particularly close with football, even women's basketball, wrestling. Those are some teams that we were really close with. And so I really liked the small atmosphere of Greeley, and like, hey, down the hall, there's a wrestling room. Like, we know those people, and we would, go have fun with them. And so that was just fun to like know everybody on campus.
Particularly close with one wrestler.
Yeah.
Who she's now engaged to.
Yes.
So met your future husband at UNC.
Yeah. But it was always fun to associate with all the other athletes. So
just from my own story, that my own injuries, I think, led me to a coaching career. Do you think there's any connection there where you had to watch it from the sidelines, you had to connect with more support stuff because you were kind of forced to with that adversity?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think it's a different side of things that you don't like see. Even in my role now, I was like, wow, there's so much that goes into this that as a player, I didn't realize that. So when I was injured, you have to just take a different mindset and be like, okay, how can I input myself into my team and help each other? And so I think for sure that definitely is a piece of it.
Yeah, blessing in disguise that at the time you don't want to be injured and it turns into a career long term. So, well, anything else you want to add about this role or anything UNC volleyball?
No, I just say I'm happy to be here. It's been super fun helping the athletes and seeing the other side of it. But I've loved my new role and just connecting again with more people. That's super fun and exciting. So.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for joining us today. That'll conclude our latest edition of the UNC Volleyball Coaches Show. We'll see you next week. Go Bears.